How's it going, everybody? Sports algorithm preview for Thursday, May 19th. All right, let's just talk about really quickly, as fast as we can go, who we're going to play. I'm playing Tampa Bay, even though the algorithm says Florida, because I like Tampa Bay's line, and they're defending Stanley Cup champion. And this is hockey, a game of bounces. And you see a line like that, you just take it. So I'm taking Tampa Bay. They may or may not win, but I'd rather be on that side of the coin in that game. St. Louis, I feel like I want to take St. Louis plus 1.5. Even though it says, of course, the algorithm says they won't cover that. But it's the playoffs. Binnington's been out playing himself. He also has a cup. People that have had cups just play like cup champions sometimes. So I'm going where the lines are in hockey, because hockey's kind of a coin flip. That's why I don't talk about it all that much in terms of betting, because it's just, I always say hockey's tough. That's what I always say about hockey, and it is. So let's go over to baseball, which is not generally as tough as hockey. You can string baseball wins together. So here's what it says today, quickly. It'd be like, it would say Houston. It says Houston's going to put up 7 runs and beat Texas. It's saying the White Sox, this is the weird one we need to look over. It says the Yankees, but it also says the Yankees are only going to win this game by less than 2 runs, like 1.9. So it's tough for them to cover as much, according to this scenario. It says Cleveland. And then you start deep down to lower margins. It says Arizona over the Cubs. That's interesting. It says the Mets, but they're down here. And then there's this weird George Kirby situation with limited pitching stats. And then this game's like a pick'em, Philly and San Diego. So just glancing at this, Houston, Yankees to win. I'd be careful with them covering. Now let's review the games to see what's going on with White Sox, Cleveland, and also take a look at Carlos Hernandez's ERA and stats for 2022. So Carlos Hernandez and Vince Velasquez, both super, super high ERAs this year. How about last year's Carlos Hernandez? He was a pretty good pitcher last year. And let's give the benefit of the doubt to Vince Velasquez. How about Vince Velasquez still had a high ERA last year. So assuming the weather is okay in Kansas City and conducive to hitting the ball out, there's a good chance they're hitting the over in this game, which is already set at 9.5, obviously, because of the calculation at 2022 stats. But I looking at it with 2021 stats there. Where does the game move to? It actually gives Kansas City the win. That's what's scary about that. So if Carlos Hernandez pitches like last year, which sometimes these pitchers do eventually, and doesn't pitch like this year, which has been miserable, then you have alternate outcomes, basically. And so this White Sox pick is more suspect. And when I sent out the email this morning and I gave a snapshot, this is what I did, is I put everybody in 2022 like this. I highlighted. Okay, this is the snapshot that you got in email looked like this. Then after we highlighted, I went back and I said, well, who can be last year? Everybody except for George Kirby, you'll see. George Kirby, for some reason, doesn't have last year's stats. And he's only got 10 innings this year that are really, really good. So this is a super weird game also. And then this is what happens. Is you get Houston, Yankees, Cleveland up top and highlighted. You don't know what to do with George Kirby and his limited stats, so it's kind of scary, but I guess you might take a chance on him, because it's a good line, a straight bet. So this is the snapshot I sent out, not 2022, which looks like this. And you see the difference in the White Sox being gone. The Arizona Cubs game gets flipped, right? Yep. I mean, wow. So it's like, what do you do there? So in terms of like static or dynamic, really, picks that are good in both, it's Houston, Yankees, Cleveland. This is a flip 'em, and all these other games flipped around. So it's kind of like, what do you do? I don't know. There's a lot of question marks there, but I guess these 3 are the ones you'd focus on. All right. So good luck, everybody. May all your picks be